Hi there. You've probably seen in some of my videos that I tend to ride in some super epic spots. Today I'm going to be sharing with you 5 different ways that I find out about epic riding locations that you can also use. Stay tuned. Alright, starting off with number 1, paper maps. Good old paper maps are still my number 1 source of finding new and interesting riding areas. I like them because they are easy to read and offer far better large area overviews versus online maps. Another advantage is that you only have to buy them once. No subscription BS here. In Canada, and more specifically British Columbia where I am, I like to use the Backroad Mapbooks brand Mapbooks. Creative name, right? They're not perfectly accurate, but they are leaps and bounds above the competition. I've also got my hands on some old Forest Service recreation maps, and they're good as well. If you're down in the United States, where most of my viewers are, I found the Del Olme Backroad Atlases to be decent for backroads. The Butler motorcycle maps can also be useful, especially the BDR ones if you're looking at hitting up one of those. And lastly, Forest Service maps are awesome if riding in national forests. So if you're out west, you're going to want to check those out. Sometimes local visitor centers can also have useful paper maps, and they're often free, so be sure to go check those out as well. Number 2, Google Earth and other online maps. These days, there are heaps of online mapping applications such as Onyx Trails in the US, Backroad Mapbooks web maps in Canada, Gaia GPS, All Trails, and so many more. Most of these online apps require a subscription that has a monthly fee. I personally despise how many things have gone to the subscription model, so that's why I use Google Earth. It's free and surprisingly useful. If you live in an area with lots of public land, it's easy to find old roads and trails on Google Earth. Just look around and see what looks like an old road. I mean, it doesn't get simpler than that. Sometimes things are not as they appear on Google Earth, so I like to use it in conjunction with my paper maps. Some useful features of Google Earth is that it is in 3D, so you can actually tilt it and get an idea of what kind of hills you might be going up. I also like that it has historical imagery, so you can see what roads are new and just punched in, and you can also go back in time and see what ones may have grown over in the last few decades. If you haven't played around with Google Earth much, go give it a download and see if you can get as much use out of it as I have. I've found a ton of use in it. Another great online resource that I've used is your local area's parks and recreation website. In BC, I like to use the Recreation Sites and Trails website to find out about epic and normally free camping. That pretty much covers the sites I know of. Be sure to let me know what your favorite online mapping tools are down in the comments. Number 3 is Facebook groups and other online forums. Facebook groups and online forums such as ADV Rider can be great ways to find new and interesting riding areas. There's adventure and dual sport Facebook groups for pretty much every region in North America, and I'm guessing the world, filled with riders in your area or people who want to ride in that area. One thing you'll find online though is a lot of people, myself included, are hesitant to share the location of the real good stuff. So you may end up with a bunch of people telling you that their favorite riding spot is Secret Lake, 8 kilometers up No Tell 'em Creek. In spite of that, there's often good info on these groups, and you can typically find out about some of the more well-trafficked and well-established riding areas. I'll also add that people in Facebook groups tend to get stuck in a rut of riding the same areas over and over and over again, and not really exploring what else might be out there. In spite of all that, there's often some good info on these groups, and you could use it as an opportunity to meet some new riders who may be more willing to share info after riding with you, which segues nicely into tip number 4. Actual groups and people on the ground. It may sound crazy in today's day and age, but go and talk to actual people in your area who you see riding bikes, quads, or even driving Jeeps and Yodas. If you see them at a gas station or out on the trails, be sure to stop and have a chat. Be friendly, see what's up, and you may find that they have a wealth of information about the area and are far more likely to share it with someone who they're actually talking to in person as opposed to some random stranger online. In a similar way, you should go see if there's a local dual sport or dirt bike club in your area and consider joining it, supporting the work they do, and also learning about places to ride. Quad clubs at least in my area, also do some amazing work and typically don't mind having a guy on a bike join them from time to time. I've been surprised by recently how often I see riders in the bush and they don't stop and chat, or sometimes I don't even get a wave out of them. So be friendly, talk to people, and they'll probably be willing to share good places to ride. And lastly, number 5, go ride the damn bike. It's called an adventure bike, not an I know exactly where I'm going bike. So if you want to go find some epic riding areas, go ride with the intention of exploring every random little dirt road and trail that you see. 9 times out of 10, these don't go anywhere of note, but that one time you end up at like an epic lake or mountaintop or maybe a cabin or something makes up for all those other times you got skunked. So just go out there and ride with intention and purpose. That pretty much concludes how I find the epic riding that you see in my videos. If I missed something, let me know down in the comments, and if you want to see more great adventure and dual sport content, be sure to subscribe.